Hi, I have a question for you. Are you running your life or is your life running you? It's an interesting question if you sit with it. What I'd like to share with you today are three distinctions around how you choose to spend your time. And you'll be able to gather some insight into how you might shift how you're either making choices or taking action, or even how you're seeing the choices that you're making. So here we go. I'd like to share with you my screen first. So again, here's the question: choice, obligation, or habit. Are you running your life or is your life running you? So as we go through these distinctions, I'd like you to take some time to observe how you are currently approaching your daily life and work. We're going to look at choice, obligation, and habit through the same situation, but from those three different perspectives. And in that perspective, or in that situation, are you making a decision as a choice, an obligation, or a habit? So let me provide you with a working definition of choice. So a choice is based in something that's very important to you, a value that you hold. And so when you make a choice, you are choosing because of the importance of that choice. So for example, when I pick my mom up on Sunday evenings, my mom is an elderly woman with Alzheimer's disease, and she's not able to live on her own, but she is able to interact, and we're able to have some really good quality time together. But my picking her up each week for dinner is a choice. My choice is based in the value of wanting my mom to feel loved and included. And so I choose to pick her up Sunday evenings to bring her over to our house for dinner. Now, an obligation is something that is tied to what you believe someone else expects or wants from you. Often doing something out of obligation means that you're thinking to yourself, I really should do that, or I ought to do that. There's some perception of obligation. And the third is habit. A habit is anything you do basically without intention behind it, without a whole lot of thought behind it. You simply do it without thinking. And so my example of my mom, I pick her up on Sunday evenings. Yes, that's a routine that we have, but it's not a habit because we actually have a very purposeful choice behind why we do it. So a habit doesn't have that kind of purposeful choice behind it until you really think about it. But it's something that you've always done, and you simply just continue to do it out of habit, kind of like brushing your teeth. So choices are connected to your values. Obligations are attached to a perception that it's something you should do, and a habit is something that is basically mindlessly done. So the premise is, with regard to the tasks and your life running you, or you running your life, you can't change what you're not aware of. And the goal here is to examine whether you are living your life out of choice, out of obligation, or out of habit. So here's your assignment. Take a piece of paper or a notebook, and throughout the week, list the tasks and activities as you engage them throughout the day. Next to each item, note whether or not that task or activity was a choice, an obligation, or a habit. Do this list every day for 7 days, and just pay attention to the things that you have noted are a choice, or an obligation, or a habit. You might even want to consider, if I think this is an obligation, is there a way that I could shift it to choice? Is there a way I could anchor it in what's important to me? Or if it's an obligation, Is it something that I could let go and not even have to do because I'm doing it out of obligation and not out of choice? While you're doing this activity, be kind to yourself. Try not to judge as you create your list. And if you're not consistent every day throughout the day, don't beat yourself up. This isn't about perfection. This is about continuing to build awareness. Simply keep adding to your list when you remember. Just pay attention and notice what emerges for you. But get curious. And how might you adjust the task or shift how you're looking at the task so that it becomes a choice? Or what do you need to get rid of that you are just doing habitually that isn't anchored in what's important to you? So, are you running your life, or is your life running you? That's the question. My name is Dr. Kristen Albert. I'm a leadership and life coach. Are you going to make a choice, an obligation, or a habit? Which door are you going to choose to go to? My email, kristen@liveworksatisfied.com, and you can connect with me at LinkedIn at Dr. Kristen Albert. So thanks for being here. Have a great day.